here are tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Bucks, Holiday out there with Allen. And inside out of Stanford University, a skilled post scorer with tremendous size, the 7-footer, Brook Lopez. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the power forward position. And for Philadelphia, here's Embiid. He hits it from 9.
I don't know of too many other players, Kevin, who have his level of concentration offensively. He just seems to have that singular focus you need as a shooter that, even if a defender's all over you, you still just lock in and let it go.
And he gives them a terrific option in the low post every time down the court. Even with multiple defenders around him, he knows how to create a shot for himself.
Number 22, defended by Middleton. Good ball movement here by the 76ers.
Well, after a brief 2-year drought, the Bucks got back to the playoffs this past season, but it wasn't pretty once they got there. With several guarantees from players about upsetting the Heat, they didn't win a single game and were swept by the Miami Heat.
Back to the Bucks in the playoffs. In every aspect, they were overmatched by the Heat, and no one really thought they would upset them, but many thought, Steve, that they would at least get a game.
Well, I wasn't one of them, Kevin. I thought they were overmatched from the start. And you could tell in that series, Miami wasn't even interested until the fourth quarter. They knew they could just flip a switch and beat this Milwaukee team, and that's exactly what they did.
Quick start here for the 76ers in this one. It's a 3-point game. It's Harden with the drive. The shot no good. Good D by Lopez.
Drew Holiday established himself as an elite player in a breakout year. When the team decided to move Iguodala, they were looking for a leader, and their young point guard stepped right into that role.
And for Drew Holiday, with the departure of Iguodala and Lou Williams, the ball was in his hands a lot more last season. And of course, as we know, he made his first All-Star game appearance.
Well, he really produced, Kevin. I mean, upped his scoring, almost doubled his assists, received a lot of votes for most improved. And you mentioned the All-Star game. I mean, he's just 23 years old.
Very good point.
Boy, 76ers had a season they'd like to soon forget. But the one thing they were able to do last year was win at home. Good thing, too, given how unforgiving Philadelphia fans can be. No tougher sports fans in all of sports than Philadelphia.
Allen with the rebound. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I briefly spoke with Doc Rivers. Going into this game and scouting the opposition, he told me he's a huge fan of Drew Holiday, saying, Drew's still a guy with so much potential. You just don't see that many point guards with his kind of frame. 6'4", close to 2 bills, and a great skill set to match. He's a guy you love to watch, but you often hate to go up against. Kevin, we'll see if he can have a big impact in this one.
All right, Doris. And back to the 76ers at home. Never a good idea to be under 500 at home in a city that has booed Santa Claus before. Steve, luckily they were able to avoid that, going 23-18 here last season.
Well, maybe Santa Claus had a bad year that year, Kevin. I don't know. But look, I mean, if you're stinking it up in front of Philly fans, they're going to let you know. I mean, they're going to boo you. They're brutally honest. On the flip side, though, when you play well, I mean, they're going to back you. Well, he's established himself as one of the league's premier clutch performers, with some unbelievable plays down the stretch of tight ball games.
And here's something else, Steve. He invites contact when he's attacking the rim. He doesn't try to finesse his way through anything. He's going through bodies.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee.
I think it's fair to say that the top of the Eastern Conference has been getting tougher over the last few seasons. Unfortunately for the Sixers, they've headed the other direction. They've been going south, and part of why they were on the outside of the playoffs looking in.
54 seconds left in the first quarter. That drops.
What an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
And back to what you were saying, Clark, about Philadelphia going through a lot of roster changes last year. You're right, in a season where a lot of other teams in the East put it all together. Steve, bad timing for Philadelphia.
Yeah, bad time. Roster changes and injuries, of course. I mean, the big trade for Bynum looked like it was going to be something that could help them get to the top of the East, but Bynum never played a single game for them. And so it's understandable why Philadelphia struggled.
So it's Philadelphia now, trailing by 5. Here's Antetokounmpo, defended by George. Portis, defended by Tucker. 5 on the clock.
Oh, yeah, he has not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Here's Milton. Good on the triple. 8 seconds left in the first. Now Hill. He got it up. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
What a big bonus for them to end the...
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, Steve and Clark, your thoughts?
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong, and they've put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good ones.
Heard the whistle and still kept his focus, able to knock that down.
And that is not easy, Steve. I mean, to take the bump, to maintain control of your body, and put it in the hole, tremendous play.
Free throw drops for Hill.
You know, the Bucks were the last team to make it into the Eastern Conference playoffs, and part of the reason that happened was because they didn't really do well against the rest of the conference. 24 and 28 against the East.
The shot. Good. He hits the jump shot.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, Bismack Biyombo, a young center from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, he said he never knew how long his arms were until he came to the U.S. He measured out with a 7'7" wingspan. Incredible for his height. He said, quote, "I'm 6'9", but because of my wingspan, I can play like a 7-footer. Guys, teams used to just look at a big man's height. Now they take into account things like wingspan, standing reach, and the vertical jump, getting a much clearer picture of, quite literally, a player's sphere of influence.
He's got the length factor to be sure. Thanks, Doris. Clark, as you were saying, the rest of the Eastern Conference got the better of the Bucks. Had they been a little tougher against some of the lesser teams in their own conference, they might not have had to deal with the Heat in the first round of last year's playoffs.
Well, the Bucks tried to mix things up last year. Remember, they made the big trade at midseason, too, going for J.J. Redick and moving on from some of their young players. And I think that changed. And, of course, the coaching switch from Scott Skiles to Jim Boylan. So they lost some of their momentum.
Here is House, following the score by Serge Ibaka. He feeds it to George. Pass to Tucker, working on Ibaka. Just 5 on the clock. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee.
Well, you know, the Bucks thought they had a plan to make a big push forward by pairing some talent together in the backcourt, but what seems to have happened is they are now mired in mediocrity, which is exactly where you don't want to be. Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either.
Now here is Harris. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And the Bucks making a change here. And so here is Philadelphia. 0. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 5 points in the game. And back to Minnesota. They were the 8th seed in the East last year, but still finished 6 games under 500. Still a lot of work for them to get above 500 and be in a position where, Steve, they are, competing for home court in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of changes for the Bucks in the offseason, but a team that was able to sneak in last year, they're hopeful to make it once again this season, but it feels like they're kind of stuck in the middle right now.
And here we go. Harris, nobody back.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Middleton can't get it to go. The 76ers trail by 5. Harris with it. Out-guarded by Middleton. 0. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And I think another key will be, can they continue to knock down that mid-range shot? They've been very good here early.
And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee.
He's gutsy. That's what I really respect about him. It seems like the more pressure there is, the more he enjoys the moment. So he is the guy you want taking the big shot at the end of the game.
And Steve, he's earned a nickname that's familiar to anybody that's followed basketball, the microwave. There's no slow build-up with him. All he needs is one shot to go down, and you can set him off, turn him into a real scoring machine. He cooks with gas, not electricity.
Now here is Harris. Harden missing his last shot. There's a screen. Harden left side. 6 on the shot clock. Harris outside. The tray, and the shot is good. Harris has got 5 now.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Lopez left side. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Here's Antetokounmpo. Looking to end the run. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
What a play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
The Bucks have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. On the free throw, no good. Here's Harris. Cannot hit. It's all tied in Philadelphia. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime.
Now, presented by Sprint.
NBA basketball on a Saturday night. Oh, the perfect weekend activity, family-friendly, and a whole bunch of fun. Let's check out the action. It's been the 76ers scrapping it out. Great ball control offensively. The turnover differential a major advantage right now. Tobias Harris making the most of his minutes. He's got 5 points and has looked very good defensively, playing hard-nosed ball out there. Also a strong first half for Milwaukee. Through 2 quarters, their offense has been simply unstoppable. Bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket, you get it. George Hill making the most of his minutes. He's got 5 points, and he's been able to provide some nice assists as well. And that'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Second half is just around the corner. Thanks so much for stopping by.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The statue of its founder, William Penn, our view.
I don't like it.
Holiday with it. Holiday off a pitch from Antetokounmpo. And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. Lopez passes to Allen. Holiday. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And there's the 3-second violation.
Boy, in a close game especially, those plays really hurt.
Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. There's the double team with Allen. Harden against Allen. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Fast break, Milwaukee. Allen. And the three ball is good. Allen's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Bucks. Harden with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Harden can't hit.
A big problem for the 76ers last season was finding late-game offense. I mean, you look at a quarter-by-quarter breakdown of how they scored, and they were second to last in the league in fourth-quarter points.
And that one's good. 9 points in the game so far.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
You know, something else I think about when I see this guy is he's a real headache to have to defend one-on-one. I mean, he's got all of the game that makes it tough for his defender.
Shots good by Middleton. Well, back to what you said, Clark, about the 76ers. They had some players that could create on their own, but when things began to tighten up in the fourth, it helped Steve to have different shot creators, and that just didn't happen for them.
They were planning to play inside out, Kevin, when they had Bynum through the trade. They thought they could have a low post man who could dominate, but without him, they were really unable to find any sort of offensive rhythm with the rest of their talent.
And that one's good. And now a 6-point Milwaukee lead.
And they've made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Harris, and he throws it down hard with one hand. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even a exhibition game, not a close game like this.
And you know, frustrated Steve is over there.
You know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up. I mean, he threw it down with force.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. 76ers have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
Well, one of the highlights last season, this team shot the ball extremely well from the stripe. Huge factor.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they chase down that pumpkin often.
And Philadelphia has possession. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
And the Bucks making a change here. Milwaukee in the lead. Allen dishes to Holiday. With the lead pass. Stolen. Here's Tucker. Kicks it out to Harden. Stolen by Allen. And now it's Allen. Running. He can go all the way.
And once he took off, it looked like the defense just had no interest in getting in his way.
That's one where you just give up the 2 points and move on.
Now, here is Harden. He has 5. Here's Embiid. Gets it to go. He's got 6.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations. You know, during the season before last, the Bucks' problem had been offense. They just couldn't put up points consistently, and even when their defense would hold up, they would simply get outgunned by teams. They decided to change that by trying to be more of a transition team last year.
And back to the Bucks actually led the entire Eastern Conference in pace and were 3rd overall in the NBA. Steve, only teams that were ahead of them were the Rockets and Nuggets, 2 teams you always think of running.
Well, it makes sense for the Bucks to have played that style last year. You had that backcourt of Ellis and Jennings, a lot of speed and quickness. They later added J.J. Redick, so you had shooting. So they had to play fast. It made some sense, but in the end, you know, they've made some changes in the offseason, and they're looking to get better.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Number 22, defended by Middleton. Tucker can't get it to go.
And the defense did just enough to throw him off that shot.
It's back to Hill. With 2 seconds left. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. first one falls. And the Bucks making a change here. And he makes both free throws. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Bucks lead by... And the final period of play just about to start. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bucks.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
And here are the 76ers now. 8-point game. Hits the bucket.
And there it is again. That's where their points have been coming today, from the low post.
And even under pressure and tight, they've maintained their concentration and converted their opportunities.
Now here is Holiday. Holiday off a pitch from Antetokounmpo. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Harris off target with his 3.
And are they ever working inside? Good job on the glass.
Excellent job on the glass, Steve. I agree. I mean, they're battling in there. They're fighting, they're scrapping, they're clawing, and they're getting the job done.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He said to them, the lead we've got now is nice, but I want to make it even nicer. This is when we put the hammer down. It doesn't look like he's ready to back off just yet, guys.
It's rebounded by Antetokounmpo.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Hill. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 9.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
Well, that's been the focus, Clark, as we've watched. I mean, they've created one chance after another inside.
76ers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That'll be his second foul of the game. Milwaukee making a switch here. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Allen with the rebound. Bucks leading by 9. The pass to Antetokounmpo. Three-pointer. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Man, they are spreading the floor and letting it fly, really knocking it down from outside.
And I love that gunslinger's mentality, Steve. Playing to win as opposed to playing it safe. I call it prevent offense when you try to protect the lead. Let it fly, let it fly, let it fly.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. It's Harden with the drive. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Defense has been a little soft, allowing them some operating room inside here in the second half. And they're taking advantage of it, which is what they should do.
Bucks have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And Holiday kicks to Allen. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Stolen by Harden. Now the 76ers on the break. Pushing it up.
Ridiculous move. Pour it down that time. Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
Guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
You know, they built their lead here by doing all the little things well.
And one of those things has been rebounding, Clark, because they have really come out and taken control of the boards.
Here's Antetokounmpo, guarded by Harris. Shot clock at 5. Here's Middleton. Nails the wide-open jump shot. And the Bucks lead by 9.
You know, I'd like to see more of that from him. He's been passing up his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones he takes. He's got to be more aggressive.
Harden outside from downtown. Good on the shot. Harden's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, since we hit half number 2, he's finally come around. The first half was not his best, obviously.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
That's not what they needed there, that's for sure.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. There's the pick. Milwaukee with the rebound.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 7-point lead.
Not as productive a trip to the line as he would have liked, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Number 22. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
Right at the free throw line. No good from Antetokounmpo.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely, I think he should have converted that one.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Harden can't hit. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Tipped. Shoots the 3. Knocks down the trifecta. 9 seconds left in the game. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
That may be the knockout blow. Guys, those free throws would seem to have put this one away.
And so the Bucks take the win. Both teams played well.
Yeah. Weezy,